I also wanted to go over just some honorable mentions for TV shows. So top 5 TV shows. There's not a lot. There's barely any that I really enjoyed in the 60s. So definitely devoid of good TV shows in the 60s. Definitely much more sitcoms that aren't really my style. But some other people might like this. So, number 1 with a bullet is from 1966. We've got Star Trek here. It's peak. I can't believe I was not into Star Trek at all until this year, and now I am so into it. Holy shit. I can see why this spawned fandom culture in general, and especially queer fandom culture. I am so hooked on the fucking love triangle between Spock, McCoy, and Kirk. It's so good. It's so gay. I love how horny the whole show is for both men and women. The outfits are incredibly hot. God, Gene Roddenberry, you made a perfect fucking show. It's perfection. It's absolute fucking perfection. Star Trek is so good. We're going to have a whole separate list of just my favorite Star Trek episodes of the original series. Then, number 2 favorite show from the 60s is from 67. This is The Prisoner. This is a British TV show that got fucked over so badly by the release order. If you watch this show, do not watch it in the release order of the episodes. Look up the correct order. Watch it in the correct order, because there is a correct order, and things are happening from one episode to the next. It's not what most people think of. Most people think of this show as, oh, it's a show where, like, there's no, like, continuity in the show whatsoever, and every episode is just a random different plot. That is not at all the case. Absolutely not. There is a through line throughout the entire show. Watch it in order. It's a fantastic mystery show that a lot of people chalked up to. This all means nothing. No, it does. Watch it in order, fuckers. And there's a great video on it by Leo Vader, who's a YouTuber that I love, but he also did it in the wrong fucking order! Watch it in the correct order, motherfuckers. I mean, same with Star Trek. If you're gonna watch Star Trek, Season 2 and 3 are fine to watch in the release order. Season 1, do not watch in the release order. I hate so much whenever I have to watch a reaction channel watching the release order. Because the release order sucks shit and takes away so much of what makes Season 1 so good. There is a through line through Season 1 where we're bringing up what happened in the previous episode. We're constantly talking about what just happened in the previous episode in whatever episode you're watching. There is a character as a 3-episode arc that nobody knows about because the episodes are all out of order. Oh my god. But yes, if you're going to watch Star Trek, the original series, Season 1, watch it in the actual fucking order. Watch in Stardate order. Everything else after that doesn't matter. But Season 1, you have to. Especially the first couple episodes. Especially the first, 10 episodes. Please. Then we have number 3 from 1967. I thought this might have been number 1, but I had to go, you know what, the Star Trek Prisoner I do like more than this, but it was tough. Number 3 is Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. This is a hysterical fucking comedy show. It's very similar to SNL, basically. If you are immersed in the 60s, it's the funniest shit ever. If you are not immersed in the series in the 60s, you're probably gonna go, what the fuck is going on? But it is one of the most prolific shows, or what's the word I'm looking for? Influential shows of all time. It's crazy how many Laugh-In references I hear every single week. I was listening to a recent episode of Comedy Bang Bang in the middle of fucking Laugh-In reference. It is constantly being referenced in so many comics that I'm reading at the time. It's constantly referenced. Other TV shows are referencing it. It is culture. It is the first, thing where everybody starts making memes. It is the thing that creates the idea of memes, really. And you probably heard "Sock It To Ya." That's from Laugh-In. You've probably heard that for sure. And there's Bippy. Have you heard Bet Your Sweet Bippy? That also comes from Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. There's so much stuff that comes from Here Come the Judge. Here Come the Judge. So much stuff that you've probably heard many, many times throughout your entire life. Or maybe now you'll start hearing it all over the place now that I've called them out. But infinitely, good jokes and extremely good comedy. I have not finished it yet because now I'm up to the 70s and so I'm watching the season from 1970. But it's easily one of my favorite shows of all time. It's so fucking funny. But and it's also broke the being able to do sexual stuff on TV. It's a show where it's so much of it is sexual. It's got such a great vibe too, where the two main guys are your dad, and then everybody else is your friends. where they're all like around your age or slightly older than like the kids watching and stuff like that. But then you got like the two presenters who are much more like, in a suit and tie sort of thing. But like the casual like sexual aspect of the show is truly what makes it so breakout at the time and what elevated, all of our culture at this time. And then speaking of also, for 1966, Smothers Brothers, shout out to them. They're pretty funny, pretty good as well. Also a good, talking about a lot of political stuff and breaking the barriers and like almost getting canceled many, many times. But it's so funny to think about, like, they were pushing the barriers, they were almost getting canceled. Meanwhile, a year later we had Laugh-In, which is like 10 times crazier than anything they did. But still, shout out to the Smothers Brothers. I do like, their Manzai dynamic is very good. Then number 5, we have from 1964, The Addams Family. Still holds up. It's still like a lot of the other sitcoms where it's just like, it's a sitcom. You either like sitcoms or you don't. I'm not a big fan of sitcoms, but Addams Family is enjoyable. It still holds up, and it's still got some good jokes that make me laugh every now and then. And Bewitched, a little bit of shout out to Bewitched as well. It's the only other sitcom around this time that I like, but I didn't want to top 6, but still, honorable mention to it. But at the same time, it's also got an infuriating romance between the two main characters. The two main characters are so fucking cute together. They're so hot. They're so cute. I love watching them kiss. It's so hot. I can't say more than that. They kiss so good together. That's such a weird sentence, but they do. They're really hot. That said, the dynamic between the two characters, awful. I hate it. It's disgusting. But yeah, it does have some funny stuff, but it's a little bit too repetitive. Anyway, those are my top 5 TV shows. Now, my top 15 episodes of Star Trek. Let's go through that. Number 1, we've got episode 4 from season 1, The Naked Time. This was the first episode that really, really, really like made me like hooked. Even the very first episode, I really enjoyed. And also, like, this is, I'm using the like release order because that's what everybody knows. But again, I watch these in a different order than most people. But The Naked Time, I think, was like episode 3 for me or something. Doesn't matter. Either way. It was the first thing that really hooked me into, like, that's the episode where Spock has my favorite line in the entire show of, when I think about my friendship with you, Kirk, I feel ashamed. Oh, peak writing, peak romance, peak gay tragedy. Oh, perfection. Sulu, it's such a great Sulu episode as well, which he gets almost none. So thank God we get 1 here. And overall, it's just a great episode for showing off the like inner personalities of everybody on the crew. Number 2, we have The Menagerie. I'm going to include the 2-part if I'm allowed. If I'm not allowed, I have to pick 1, then 1x11, just the first part. But The Menagerie, great. Like, I watched The Cage first. I watched The Cage, then, the first episode where No Man Has Gone Before. So then, like, when Menagerie came around, I had already seen The Cage, and yet it was still such a great twist and such a great, like, I had no idea what we were doing here. Like, what's going on? How is this going to tie in? What is Spock up to? And yeah, it just it really intrigued me and kept my attention the entire time for episode 11, and then for episode 12, the payoff was excellent. We're getting to watching the pilot again through this new context of how everybody's watching it here, and then the ending with why this was all happening. Very satisfying. Great episode. Number 3 is episode 3 of the release order, Where No Man Has Gone Before. But again, that was the pilot. That was our first episode I watched of, Kirk and everything. The Cage was Pike. But Where No Man Has Gone Before, excellent episode, 10 out of 10, no complaints. Gary Mitchell, fantastic character. The Elizabeth as well was so good. But Gary Mitchell, excellent character. So crazy that he's like kill him off immediately, not like a mainstay of the whole show, because he's so good. Excellent villain, excellent main character, perfect pilot, great ending fight and everything like that. So pulpy. Everything about the episode, incredible. His eyes, so well done. His relationship with Kirk, everything about it is perfection. Number 4, we've got episode 15 of season 1, all season 1 so far, Shore Leave. Really enjoyed Shore Leave. It's a, just a fun episode. It's got great moments from everybody in the crew, and again, more great moments from Sulu, which we rarely ever get. It's got extremely funny ass shit going on the whole episode. Whether it's Kirk's, fight with his friend from the past and how long that goes on too, in a good way. McCoy's whole, oh my god, McCoy's dead, never mind, he's just fucking 2 women. The Sulu's, his, dream in life is just to find a rock under a gun. That's his dream. I want to lift up a rock and find a gun. And, the other crew members we have there as well. The connection we have, the whole reason we're doing that episode is because of the previous episode with Balance of Terror. It was perfect. It is perfect. It's such a good, continuity episode as well, which I hate that we stopped doing in season 2 and 3. Then we have number 5, a season 2 episode this time. Season 2 episode 15, Trouble with Tribbles. Another very funny episode, fun episode. I love my fun. I love my camp. I love everybody just getting to have a good time and not being stressed out. The Tribbles are cute, and it's an episode unlike anything else in the whole damn series. I would want so much more of these. Then we have number 6. I just mentioned it. Episode 1, X14, 14th episode of season 1. Balance of Terror. This one's a very, very heavy episode. Very opposite to what I typically like, but very well done. Great politics, great pushing boundaries for the time, great dynamics with lower deck crew members, which again, that's why I love a lot of season 1 stuff. We do a lot with the lower decks versus season 2 and 3. I can't name a single time we ever have in season 2 or 3. Who wasn't just immediately killed? I can't. But yeah, Balance of Terror, really well done. The ending shot of Kirk in that episode might be the best shot of Kirk in the whole show. It's perfect. Then number 7, we have episode 22 of season 1, Space Seed. Khan is an excellent villain, excellent character. I love the goofiness of talking about the 90s and everything like that as the future thing, and then comparing that to our own real 90s and everything. But yeah, cool ass character, cool ass idea for an episode. Maybe my favorite fight in the whole series between Kirk and Khan. Very dope fight. Definitely my favorite in the series. Then we got number 8 here from season 2, episode 4, Mirror Mirror. I don't know what to say. What is there more to say? Evil Enterprise. Love it. Super campy. Fun as hell. I think it will be endlessly parodied forever. It's perfection. And speaking of, episode 5 of season 1, The Enemy Within. Evil Kirk. Best Kirk acting in the whole show. Hottest Kirk ever. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. No. There's one more that's the hotter Kirk. But, insanely fun episode. Evil Kirk is just, I love whenever Shatner gets to act all the way. Let him go all the way out. And, season 3 has been good for that, I will say. But, then, number 10, we have the first episode of season 2, Amok Time. This is the one where we go back to Spock's planet. Great, love triangle episode between the 3 of them. As I said, that's my favorite aspect of the show. Anytime we're doing relationship stuff, or will they, won't they, with Spock, Kirk, and McCoy, I love it to death. And McCoy especially is one of my, a very underrated aspect of the show, I feel like. McCoy doesn't get as much love as he should get. And I love, I don't know who I want. Do I want Spock and Kirk to get together? Do I want Kirk and McCoy to get together? Do I want McCoy and Spock to get together? Do I want, it's tough. I don't know who I want. Then we got number 11, episode 28 of season 1. Was this the final episode? Maybe it was. Or maybe it was, I don't know. City on the Edge of Forever. This was the time travel one going back to Depression era New York. Terrible sets, but the outfits are also terrible, but it's campy in a very fun way. Again, it's they really think this is cooler than it is, but it's just nice seeing them interact with Earth in a previous time period and stuff like that. I'll always be a sucker for that. And the episode doesn't honestly have a whole lot going for it for me, other than just like I like the aesthetic of the episode a lot for that. And so it's strange that it would be my top 15 for that, but I just really, really enjoy the aesthetic of the episode. Like, so much so that it is my number 11. That's how much I love the aesthetic of it. Then we got number 12, episode 16 of season 1. So much season 1, almost exclusively season 1 episodes are my favorite, because season 2 and 3, not as good. But this is the Galileo 7. This is the one with Spock, who was on the Galileo with 6 other people. And they were trapped. And Spock had to learn how to be, a leader, both in terms of, like, being a good leader in, like, all the ways that he thinks of, but also in the way that everybody else would, appreciate as well. The fact that he needs to, like, learn to be more human and embrace that side of him. It was a, good character study episode. And then we have number 13, the only one here from Season 3, Episode 6, Spectre of the Gun. This was the one where we were put into an alternate reality sort of thing with the OK Corral, and it's fun. It's, again, more campy fun. It's not like City on the Edge of Forever where we're actually interacting with past Earth, but it still has a similar aesthetic that I really enjoy. I can't help it. I just really like that. I love these, like, super future sci-fi guys interacting with old-timey people. I'm a sucker for it. And, this was, getting them in a Western sense, getting characters we don't typically get, and just the whole thing was a very, like, tense vibe. It was one of the only times where I really felt like, how the fuck are they going to get out of this? Like, I feel like that a lot of times, but it was really hitting me. Like, this is kind of a little scary. Then we got number 14, the finale of Season 2, episode 26 of Season 2, Assignment Earth. This was supposed to be a spin-off that never happened, but I still really like the episode. Another them interacting with past people episode. I can't get enough of it. It's spy stuff, which I typically don't like, but I feel like they managed to make it work really well here. The girl was a very, fun character to have here as well. And, again, I just love the aesthetic of it. What can I say? And speaking of another, I love the aesthetic of it. I feel like 11 through 15 are all, I love the aesthetics of these episodes more than I like the, like, actual plot going on. And I could have picked other ones that was like, I like this plot and this plot and this plot. But I wanted to, like, a big aspect of Star Trek is the aesthetics. And so I wanted to include, like, some episodes that I really love because of the aesthetics. So last one that I really like because of the aesthetics, but I will say also the plot of this episode is fantastic as well. What Are Little Girls Made Of? Episode 7 of Season 1. This episode is a really intriguing plot of, like, what is consciousness, what makes up a person. And I like all that aspect of it. But it's also got so many other aspects of it that I like. We've got the hottest Kirk we have in the whole damn series, with him being strapped to that table, being turned into an android and everything like that. I don't know why, he's just so hot in that scene. So fucking hot. Even more than when he's got on, like, the, like, super skimpy gimp outfit in the one fight, which I can't even remember what episode that was, but, he's been in a lot of skimpy outfits that I like, but for some reason that one was the best. There's so many good ones, though. Okay, anyway, we also had, the girl's outfit, and the titular little girl in that episode, the android. So hot of an outfit, the hottest outfit in all of Star Trek for me. And that's saying a lot, because there's a lot of good ones. There are so many good ones, but that one takes the cake. The horniest I've ever been is for that episode, I think. I don't know. It's tough to say. Season 2 and 3 have definitely been a lot less interesting, because my barometer is, if I don't get hard during the episode, it's not a good episode of Star Trek. That's my rule. If I'm not hard at least once during the episode, it's not a proper Star Trek episode. And I really hope, because I don't know anything about Star Trek going forward, so I really hope that carries over. If that doesn't, then I'm not sure how much I'll be carrying over with future Star Trek stuff. But as long as Star Trek stays horny, as long as I get hard every single episode, I'll keep watching. But I haven't been for season 2 and 3, so that says a lot. I guess I am still committing. Either way, that episode also had the actor for Lurch from Addams Family. I love him. Ted Cassidy. He's fantastic. The main villain of that episode was also so good. Great actor. Great villain. That episode maybe even should be higher. I was like, I gotta put it that low because I just like it for how hot the costume is. But that's not true. I like a lot of aspects of it. It's a good episode. And then, like, shout out to some other ones that, like, the Mud episodes are fantastic, of course. Arena's great. Squire Gothos I really like as well, but the ending kind of like goes on a little bit too long. The Grups episode is fantastic. There's so many good ones. Negative shout out to the whole episode. The only episode of Star Trek that I dislike, is the one where it turns out that they made a constitution apropos of nothing. Coincidentally, this planet also made an American constitution. It has the American flag and everything. And the opposing guys were like communists. Awful episode. God awful episode. I hated that episode far before that reveal. Way before we even got that reveal, which is awful. Terrible, so bad, both in terms of like politics and in terms of making any logical sense whatsoever. But even before that, 80% of the episode is just us stuck in a cage, and it's so fucking boring. And it's the episode where like we talk about the whole episode, this whole concept of like the Prime Directive, and like we can't interact with another group of people, whatever like that. But it's only ever come up in that one episode, or maybe like a couple other episodes in season 3. But like season 3 really started getting adamant on this, like, we can't interact with these other planets because of the Prime Directive. But like that's never been a thing in the show. So what the fuck are we talking about? I don't know. But those are my favorite Star Trek episodes. Almost all season 1, but you know why. It was hornier, it had more romance between the main 3, it had more campy shit. That's really the main reason. But also, I feel like it just had better written episodes.